The world keeps getting better when women make it a habit to fix each other's crowns and exclusively focus on picking up the broken pieces in the lives of other women. With great passion for women, children, and marriages, your hosts, Ntwatwa Evelyn, Emma, Lorena, Diana D, Rhoda, and Lorita bring you the irresistible Woman to Woman reality talk show. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more about this eventful and exciting show. Woman to Woman reality talk show. You're welcome.
So there is the other side, the other part where we saw the father who is now, for instance, there is a WhatsApp message that was sent. Was it yesterday or the other day, of a child? She was a girl, yes, and then she was saying the reason as why she's walking to Namugongo is to pray.
Yes,
that I think you saw.
Yeah, the father can come back.
Yes,
home
the father
and
can come back home, and then the mother can be able to provide. Oh, it was heartbreaking. Like
that 11 or 9-year-old girl.
Yes, of that feeling of like, I guess like every child can have that feeling of like when one of the parents is not present at home, there is that feeling of loneliness.
Yeah.
So let's look at, okay, that is part of it, but let's look at this dad or this father who is not present in the home. For example, maybe things happened and they divorced with a wife, and then he's doing parenting the other side, and then the wife is also doing parenting this side. How can that be involved in a child's life, even when he is not staying with this child, so that there is connection,
and also without causing a friction between this couple now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. Even that question is as a complication.
How?
Number one, let's just back up a little. My success as a father happens from, this is the ideal, from my place as a husband.
Wow.
If you are ever going to be successful as mommy and daddy, it doesn't happen from the place of mommy and daddy. No. You got it wrong.
Okay.
Your success as mommy and daddy, father and mother, happens from the position of husband and wife.
Wow.
And that clear connection.
Exactly. The success of your marriage, the health of your marriage, the condition of your marriage determines 100%.
Without things are flowing.
Let me be, that extreme. The quality, the success, the nature, the identity of your parenting.
Wow.
You don't parent from the place of father. No. You parent from your position as
Husband.
That little girl, the 11, 10-year-old who is walking, God bless her soul. Fathers, for me, the thing is this. While culture and the world has said to us, men don't matter, we are trashed. Men are generally trashed. That's just the truth. Life trashes us. But I want you to understand that the position of a man is irreplaceable. And men matter. I want you to know. Even if at the very least, obeera obubeezi nga bw'oli, ebintu binengeri gye bitereera.
I know.
Security-wise.
You take a guy out of that picture, and there's chaos. Bring a man into the picture, there's order. Look, you just examine animals, for example. There's order. You belong here, this one belongs here, this one belongs here. There is order. And you see, the thing for me in this whole issue is understanding the role that we play as men and how we can harness that role. Now I want to speak into the other issue of otherness.
Yes.
The otherness factor is a factor that says to me that I'm not going to focus just on me. I'm going to make consideration of others. That even when I have hit my limit, mvudde ku mulimu, I am tired, ense nkubye, owaboda nyaze, whatever it is that I am dealing with. But I get back to my space, my home, and then I begin to realize that there is still a demand on me. These little beings, these children, this woman who is my wife has a demand on me. I have to find a way somehow to forget about me so that I can serve these people. You see, we've been deceived that what a man can do, a woman. No. Sebakulimba. A woman cannot penetrate, for example. The penetrative role is for men, and that is figuratively used. Because there are places where, oh my God, can they hear you? But I just want to say that dads and men, we matter and we have a contribution to make that is significant, that cannot be made by anyone else. It's not replaceable. And now I go back to the question of how do you deal with when there is divorce and things are falling apart? Guys, it's painful. And that's out of the norm. It just creates complications. And sometimes the complications are beyond our control.
True.
In terms of, so how do you, the design is that if you're going to drive a car, a petrol car for example, you got to sit inside, get the steering, and then drive. Kati bongamba, nti kakati, emotoka eno jivugire wabweru. How do you do that? Otandika otya. Nti drive this car when you're outside. Oba,
how do you put
the
that
steering is up ahead. We all know steering wheels at the front. Kaneba gamba kati emotoka jetukoze oyino jivugira wa emabega. How do you drive from behind? It's just a complication. You have to go, so you get out of the norm. So what do? Either someone drives it for you or things like that. But there's some things I believe that fathers in those situations can. Number one, let me start with prevention.
Yes.
Prevention.
That's key.
Let's start with prevention before we go to treatment. One, please keep your home. The word husband also has to do with the glue, the one that keeps. I'm a carpenter. So we take glue to join pieces of timber together, to hold them together. Part of the primary role and the makeup of a husband is to keep the home together. Keep your wife together. Keep the children. Let there be peace.
The home.
Bond it. Has bond. Bond. Let us connect. That's number one. Number two, attend to your wife, man.
Yeah.
Attend to your wife. I'm telling you, yesterday I was talking with some young men, and they said, the women are so many phrases that they began to give me numbers. I don't know where they got them from. Abachala banji, atabami batono, what. So kati, anya na abamalawo. Kati buliomu kati abasajja buliomu ino kweyongera yoko. Omu babiri. You know, and I'm like, so I listened. And then I was like, and I'm like, culture again. Yes, this is our prevailing mindset. And I said to myself, hey, yes, you could have those pressures and so on, but you have the capacity to say no to some of the things and move forward. And then the other one is also the issue of accountability. Single mothers who are raising children. A guy walked out on you or things didn't work out, whatever it is. You see, a child needs to receive a balance of both. Feminine and masculine. And this is where accountability. So I told the guys, I said, guys, yes, these may be the things. You guys know that I am married to one what? Wife. And I intend to make sure I keep with what? This one I have chosen. So if you ever see me acting funny with one of these girls within the neighborhood, please feel free to come to me and say, Ate no. Hold me accountable. Tonda batenganserera gwe nosirika.
Then when I'm deep there,
exactly. Because when I fall, the impact is not just me. There's a little girl who is working for her father to return. And sometimes some of our lives and people that we know have been messed up simply because there's this one individual who mattered and just walked away. Because we were. So we, again, also there's the other one where, mothers, wives who say, you know what, that's also not nice. But we need to stay. And we need to make sure that things are working. And we need to be open. For me, the greatest challenge for me is that we need to be open to learn. To learn every day. The day you feel like I have arrived, you've ended. Because things change. I mean, these gentlemen who are behind the cameras will tell you technology changes. I'm sure they have cameras they are working for. I hope you're paying them well. The cameras they're working for that are next gen cameras. You know, if they don't keep learning, they'll be left by they'll be faced, and they know that for sure. And so never get to the point where you feel like
I've got it right.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
Okay, people fear to come around you because you cannot receive correction. You're not teachable. So that for me is my challenge in terms of on this side of things. On the other side of things, it is to really sit down with guys and say, you know, I need help. I need help. How do I balance this? And, you know, it's out of the norm, but it doesn't mean that it cannot experience. We cannot mitigate the challenges. We can find a way. There can be a support. I belong to a church community. When we have things like those, we're like, you know what? Introduce your children to the greater community of the rest of the body.
Yeah.
We benefited and have continued to benefit. We invite people because one of the things in doing our marriage work and parenting work is that we are product so much of where we've come from. And so my wife and I have had a chance to live with other couples who we mentor, and we are not related in any way, but we've lived with them a year or two. And what are we doing during that time? They are learning as they see. It's not so much what we say,
but what we do.
They say, who you are is so loud, I hardly hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it is, let's experience. Let us mentorship. Can we open, those of you who have homes and are functioning and are working towards this, the Dixons of this world, the Evelyns of this world, can you open your homes up for people to come, to sit down and share a meal with them? Because things happen, there are gaps, there are needs. Okay, it might be that I am crying out for my dad, but there might be another male figure that can at least come close to meeting that need. Otherwise, the orphans then would not have a place to go.
Yeah, true.
So we need to, and that's why for me the otherness is, let me just not focus on my need and where I am, but let's look at what's happening around us. Is there something we can do to help?
I really love when you bring up that point, because it's not only for the fathers that are out there that have not been present in children's lives, but there are also those that lost their lives or like they're dead.
Yes.
You know,
and you know, what the point is here, that just know, actually even statistics tell that children, especially when they get the adolescent age, and they don't have a father figure, they get into depression. So much
true.
So they're always looking for, because there's an issue of identity. Who am I? And where am I coming from?
There is somewhere I want us to get to that. Okay. But now here is a scenario. Here is a scenario. The mother is not in the home. Maybe for some good reasons. Maybe they went for further studies, or like, you know, life happens. And then here is the father. Single parenting. Like, how can he take up his roles plus the roles of a mother, to see that they can take care of their
single dads?
But it's very possible.
How
I went through it.
The fathers out there who are listening to us.
Yes, I went through it because you see what happens is for you to first understand, why is not my wife around?
Okay.
Is it for a good cause or for a bad cause? Whether good or bad, the mother is not around. And I am the father, I am this parent of this child, and I must make sure that I bridge that gap. So that one, first of all, it calls for your full-time presence. Not that maybe if you're working, but you must make sure that you're there in its full swing, that when you're back home, you are there, you know how to do that. For example, if you come, maybe you're from work, and these are school-going children, when you have come back home, ask them, how was your day? Did you come with homework? Is it done? Have you done it with them? Is there need for me?
In other words, you take responsibility of even those small activities that happen in the home.
When I am with my wife at home, if my children have gone to sleep, I make sure that I also know how they have slept. If they have eaten, I want to show that we are eating together. I want to be there with them and see how they are eating, because this is a process. So me as a father, I must make sure that in everything I am doing, especially when the mother is not there, I should ensure that they will not. Yes, of course, that way it will come at the mother is not here, or maybe one parent is missing. But I must make sure that I do as much as I can, so that the children will not regret and say, "I wish." Much as it comes, but it will not come with tears. You can say, I wish, but I want to say that my child will not get into depression or that mourning period of saying, I wish. Let it come, but let it not be something that will now take on the mind of this child and child is off.
So
It can come in passing. So how do I bridge that gap is what I need to make sure that I understand. What does the mother do? And what is the role of the father, the role of the mother, and now how do I make sure that I bridge this gap? And it goes back to the other thing of divorce. If you divorced either you divorced or you gave birth to this child and you are not in his life on a daily basis, make sure that at least you as a father once in a while,
who reaches out?
you as a father, go pick them, pick him, pick them, take them somewhere, because for example, this woman may already now be married, so you will not keep and especially when you're
Going to that there.
Yes, but you can agree with the other husband. If the other husband knows, you can always make deal if there's an opportunity. Maybe the money is allowing. It can happen because the child can be like 3 years.
So you can do like co-parenting.
This thing is cooperating. You must cooperate. And if
complication.
Yes.
Yes.
And if the child completely does not have a father figure and you are still alive, you still have access, make sure that you remain in that child's life and you do your part of total provision, holistic provision. Don't only stop at sending money, mobile money, mobile money. No.
And I'm thinking
the father wants this physical being who is going to speak in his life and say, my child, I love you, things happen, or maybe that could be history now, but say, I want you to be like this, I want you to do ABCD, we're going to do this, you're in this class, I want you, this thing there, go there, the child is reporting, go with the mother, this is happening, there's a meeting, be there, because you are the father, that will never change.
And it's never too late.
It's never too late
to make things.
All errors in life can be corrected. Yeah.
Wow.
You don't have control of the results, but you can do your part.
You can do your part.
It's complicated,
Yes.
definitely.
Which other way?
And you never regret when you do your part.
Which other way do you think this father can
You know,
take up?
you cannot do it alone, man. You just can't. You need support.
Just like you said, maybe just to take you back a little, that you cannot, if you are the woman, you cannot be the man. That
And the
is
woman.
that
No.
is a no.
No, that's unrealistic expectation to put
You're
on
not
yourself.
you're not a man, and you can never be.
Yeah.
So for someone to think that you're going to do all a man can do, I think that is a hard one.
Yes, yeah.
Even God in his wisdom made it is Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
It's husband and wife. It's not a solo act. This is not. I'm not going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
You know, see, a celeb. What you say, Geda? No. It's not celeb. You can't. It's just hard. And so you need support. You need to surround yourself with other support structures that can be able to help.
Support.
Now, the circumstances also of why there is no physical presence and so on is key. Like in your case, your wife went away for 6 months. For a married couple, I would advise that, look, you see, when we are apart longer, and this becomes our routine, we get used to living like that. It is apart from the design. That's not the design. The Bible says to us, for this reason number one is what? Marriage. A man will leave his father
And
mother.
leave.
First of all, living must happen.
Yes.
Ewatate wa mama vayo.
Vayo.
But physically, in all other ways,
Live,
leave father and mother and be united with his wife,
which is cleaving.
and the two will become
One.
marriage was designed that for you to be one, you must be together physically more times than not. If your season of life is not able to afford that for you, then don't get married, because you are going to be operating apart from the design.
Okay.
We've seen cases where people get married, honeymoon has not even happened. Guy nadaye bungereza. Kati, why did you marry the guy? Chichi. No, wait. If you can't, leave it.
The woman
Because
wanted them
what
to get
happened?
married.
No, you are not ready. You're going to create problems for us in the future.
Wow.
Because this is what happens, Dixon, typically. I will go. It's 2 years. I learn to live my life without you. What you say, Gida? But when I meet you, I'm like, Atekati, who is this?
Yes.
Then issues. You said in our last conversation that you're still learning each other. How do you learn each other when you are
When you're
apart from
apart.
No.
And I think that
Yeah,
explains,
muberewamu physically.
Mr. SP, that really explains why I have seen so many couples where a husband or wife has been away for some time. Someone comes back and they're very comfortable. They're like, you know what? Where I've been, I've been able to wash my clothes,
Exactly.
to do this for myself, to
Make
like,
my own
you know,
decisions.
and now they're very comfortable living alone. They're like, you can be your way and they can be my way.
Exactly.
And it's
Problems.
under the same roof.
Problems. And that is why
That is
I am
why
saying
there'll be
the
fire
point,
in the house.
when you bring that back to fatherhood, and it is, don't get used to the abnormal. The exceptions, of course, but don't make that the norm, and don't make that long. Okay, if God's blessed you to be together, please be together. If I can't go with my wife for 1 year or 2 years longer, we'll stay here. I'm not going anywhere. Kubanga, I just don't know how I can handle.
And by the life is short.
The world keeps getting better when women make it a habit to fix each other's crowns and exclusively focus on picking up the broken pieces in the lives of other women. With great passion for women, children, and marriages, your hosts Ntwatwa Evelyn, Emma, Lorena, Diana D, Rhoda, and Lorita bring you the irresistible Woman to Woman reality talk show. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more about this eventful and exciting show. Woman to Woman reality talk show. You're welcome.